What's up, guys? Pierre here. I just wanted to give a testimonial about my experience with Satria Fighting Arts and Satria Yoga, the whole of Satria, really. I've only been training the Satria for the past 3 or so years, but it has been one of the most impactful experiences. Just the depth that you learn, the internals, the external aspects of the art is by far the most interesting and the most captivating thing that I've come across. In the past, I've trained, before I trained in Satria, I trained a little bit of everything. I've trained Muay Thai, I've trained Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, I've trained Wing Chun, I've trained different types of Filipino martial arts. And the thing about those arts, they're all great arts in and of themselves. But for me personally, it was just something that I was not fulfilled with whenever training the art. I would get to a point where I would feel comfortable doing techniques, but after a while, it felt like we were just doing the same things over and over again. But then eventually, when I met my first Satria instructor, or met Chris Robinson in Virginia, and he introduced me to Satria. Coming to the first seminar, I noticed that there was a big difference, just the way that Steve talked about not only the different techniques and the technical aspects and the fighting aspect, but how much, if not more importantly, the internal aspect was, how important that was. And ultimately, to be honest, that's what I've grown more interested in and more in love with, is the internal aspect of the art, the meditation, the esoterics, and even the internal aspects of the yoga and the Kambangan. So for me, Satria, it not only is like a martial art that I've picked up, and it's kind of cliche to say it, but it is literally a life-changing experience, a life-changing art that is completely holistic, that is completely just deep. And I was just talking to somebody recently about how much I know now, and what I know now is how much I really don't know about the deeper aspects of the art. And it's just more and more, and it's a never-ending process, a never-ending growth experience that you'll go through the Satria. So only training it for 3 years, or 2.5 years right now. I feel like I said, I know absolutely nothing, but I'm being a lot patient, and I'm just allowing myself to continue to work through the art. But I wouldn't have it any other way when it comes to training a martial art, because it has the physical, the fighting, the upright, the down, the ground game, the grappling aspects. Then you have your blades and your knife work and weapon work. And then you have the internal work, which is just deep, and it connects to every aspect of life, not just whenever you're going and getting into a fight, but it goes into just the everyday, your day-to-day, 24-hour cycle, like Steve always talks about. So for me, Satria has helped me tremendously. Even whenever you do train, the therapies, I've seen how useful they are, how it's not just an emphasis on the destruction aspect or the destroying or the breaking down, but also the repairing and the healing, and how much technique and skill that the actual healing of a person requires. So seeing both sides, when I had an injury with my shoulder, and how it's as if I never really injured my shoulder at all. Just seeing those things and having experienced them firsthand, it's really amazing what the Satria has done for me. And I can't see myself, honestly, training any other martial art outside of this. So I just want to thank my brothers, first off, Chris Robinson, for introducing me to Satria. And then, of course, thanking Larney, Steve, and Daniel, just hearing his testimony about him, being healed in his meditation journey, as well as Sarah, who's always a big encouragement, and even, just watching and seeing like the whole Benitez family grow is a really just a constant encouragement. So I want to thank all you guys, and of course my Satria fam here in Germany and then all over the world. I learned from all of you guys, and it's just been it's honestly just been a really dope experience, and I hope to continue to grow and get to know more of you guys more, and hope to see a lot of you more in Holland. So Simba, and thanks a lot for everything.